Welcome to Crown Brush. I'm Dawn Maloney, celebrity makeup artist and hairstylist, and today's video is about a bridal look. I love the bridal industry. I love working with people that are getting married. It's really fun and exciting, and I hope you do too. Bridal makeup especially is a very lucrative career for you to get involved in makeup artists. If you market yourself correctly, get your name out there, and really show the world how talented you are, you can have a very profitable career. Today I'm going to demonstrate a classic bridal makeup. Keep in mind, makeup artists, that bridal makeup should be very clean and classic, blended colors with some sharp lines, with very clear eyeliners and perfected lips. I love using classic brown and pink colors. Browns mixed with pink, browns with plums, brown rosy colors are perfect for any wedding photograph. Pinky browns, plum browns, any browns that are mixed with some type of rosy color are classic bridal colors. They photograph really well under natural light as well as incandescent lighting. And that's very important for you makeup artists to keep in mind, that you are doing your bride's makeup because they are being photographed. So that's always in the front and center part of your brain, that you're thinking to yourself, I need to give my client the best bridal makeup because their pictures will last a lifetime. Your bridal makeup has to stand the test of time. Classic makeup is truly what you're going for. It's part of your job's makeup artist to conceptualize the type of makeup that you're going to create for the photo of the wedding day. Bridal makeup is such a fun career. It's something that you can do as a side hustle on the weekends, and it's a great supplement to your income. These are the products that we'll be using for today's bridal design. The Timeless Eyeshadow Collection, the 30 Shimmer Neutral Eyeshadow Palette, Eye Primer, Ultra Skinny Eye Marker, HD Effect Primer, Mascara, eye pencils, lip pencils, eyelash curler, your Crown Brush collection, your flat metal palette, banana powder, setting powder, all day setting spray, foundation, Crown makeup wipes, eyebrow gel palette, 15 color cream foundation palette, 6 color pressed powder foundation palette, lipstick and lip gloss palette, cream blush palette, blush and highlighter palette. So let's dive right in to our bridal makeup design. So makeup artists, the first thing that you want to do before starting your bridal makeup is to make sure that your client is draped correctly. And we do have a video on how to drape and why to drape your client. So I'm using a neck guard. This is a very simple piece of tissue paper around Valerie's neck, and I don't want it too snug. In fact, I can use her collar just to tuck in a little bit, and then I put my cape around her. This protects her skin from a cape that possibly is used on other people. And I see I got a little bit of her hair tucked in. I really don't want her hair tucked in, so you just pull that out, and then you want to clip not too tight, and make sure that you drape the client completely, because you don't want to get makeup on their outfit, especially if this person is wearing something that they're going to be wearing the day of the wedding. Most brides do not wear their wedding dress while they're having their makeup done, but they do get touched up wearing their wedding dress, so you have to be really careful. You may want to drape them with a very clean cape, or at least use some type of tissue and hold it underneath as you're touching up because you don't want anything to get on their beautiful dress. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is prep her eye area. So we're going to work on her eyes first, and then we clean that all up, and then we do the rest of the face. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is take some of the HD primer and put that right onto my palette. And I'm going to use this to prime Valerie's eyes. Then I'll take my concealer brush and really warm up that product, move it around, create some friction. Remember, makeup artists, when you move product around with your brushes or any type of makeup artistry tool, you're actually warming it up, softening it, and making it more pliable and easier to work with. So Valerie will keep her eyes closed, and I'm just going to put a little bit of this primer. So makeup artists, the reason why you want to use some type of primer in the eye area is because you want this eyeshadow to stick and stay. Remember, a wedding is a very long event, so we want that makeup to have longevity. We want it to last all day long. I'm just going to push her hair out of the way as well. Next, I'm going to fill in her eyebrows, and I like to use a little bit of an eyebrow pencil. So I'm going to use the milk chocolate pencil first, just to give her brow a little bit of a fill, a little bit of color. I'm also going to work with the brow gel product as well. And I'm just filling in just a little bit. I want her to have beautiful, striking eyebrows for those wedding pictures. So wherever I see a little bit of a space that needs some color, that's where I'm going to fill in. And I'm following the natural pattern of her brow, of her arch. You can use a cotton swab to correct any mistakes, and also you can use that cotton swab to blend and smooth out that pencil. This is a really neat technique for blending and softening color. And already you can see that those sharp lines that were laid down by the pencil are smoothing out, softening, and blending really, really well into her natural brow hair. Next, I'm going to take some of the brow gel, and I'm going to scrape that off with my palette knife. So I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'm putting a little bit right onto the palette. So I'm going to work from there. I also am going to take some of the lighter color, scrape off just a tad, and I'm putting this on the palette as well. So I'm going to work with these two colors to give my bride a very natural brow look. And I wipe the spatula off so I don't color contaminate. That's a phrase that I've coined, color contamination. Always wipe your spatula on a paper towel or tissue. This way, when you go to grab other color, you're not taking that color and putting it into something else. That's color contamination. I'm now using my crown angled A107 brush. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of the brow color with my angle brush. So now I'm going to soften the eyebrow with the gel product. Wow, that looks so beautiful. Then I'm dipping back into the color, other side, and again, blending that using short strokes to mimic brow hair, and we're just blending that beautifully together. Remember, makeup artists, you can always go back and recolor the brow if it needs more definition. And I'm going to pick up the other brown. I like to mix different brow colors into the eyebrow because it makes the eyebrow look so much more natural. It doesn't quite look like makeup when you're mixing the different colors together. And that's what we're going for. I don't want this to look super made up. I want her to look as natural as possible. You always want to stand directly in front of your client. This way you get a view of both sides of the face. So I'm using a cotton swab to clean up and really perfect the eyebrow. This is absolutely beautiful. I love the shape. I love the different colors that I've used. It's really blending very well and it looks very natural. So now we're going to go into the eyeshadow portion of this design. So let's scrape off some colors that are appropriate for a wedding. I really love this champagne color, so I'm going to scrape off a little bit for some highlight. I also love the two adjacent colors. I think these are beautiful bridal colors. They're kind of like a rosy brown in two different tones. One is lighter, one is darker, and I feel like playing with these colors as well today. These colors are from the shimmer collection. Now I'm going to choose some more matte colors. A little shimmer goes a long way on a bride, so I don't want to use too much shimmer. So now I'm picking colors from a matte eyeshadow collection. This is like a pinky nude color. I'm going to take a little bit of that, and then I also want to incorporate some matte brown. So I'm going to take some of this chocolatey color as well. I also love this lighter brown, so I'm going to take a little bit of that as well. The colors that you pick are really up to you and your client, but always keep your photos in mind. You want colors that will work well under natural and incandescent lighting. Now that I've picked my eyeshadows and scraped them off onto my paper towel, we're ready to do the eyeshadow design. I'm using my A117 brush. This is an all-purpose flat brush, and I'm dipping into that creamy iridescent color that I picked from the shimmer collection. And I'm just applying this right onto the lid, the base of Valerie's eyes. And I'm blending really well. Notice that I'm holding a tissue in my other hand. We're never touching our client with our bare hands. You always want some type of barrier between you and your client. The fact that I'm working from a paper towel and I'm able to dip into the product from the paper towel and also mix the colors on the paper towel allows me to remove excess from the brush. I don't like when a lot of product falls and sprinkles down on the face. So the way I'm applying this is with a lot of control. I'm actually lightly pressing this and moving in short strokes. Next, I'm working with the same brush, but now I'm working with the matte light color. What I do on one side of the face, I want to match and mimic onto the other. So I'm using this as a little bit of a highlighter, going right under the brow and blending that right into where I applied the shimmer. So everything is really mixing well, melding together. It's just blending so beautifully. And that's what you want to keep in mind, makeup artists, when you're working with brides. You want everything to really melt together. You want it to be very natural and beautiful and just really clean looking and sharp. And I do the same on the other side. Now, if I was working on a real client, in other words, if I wasn't shooting a video, I would be standing directly in front of my client. But that doesn't make for a good video. So I have to work from the side. So make sure, makeup artists, that you're moving side to side and looking at your design and making sure that one side is matching the other. Next, I'm going in to that light brown matte color with the same brush. This is a great technique that I'm showing you today where you can work with the same brush. I'm going right above Valerie's crease and I'm blending really well. A little on the exterior, giving her eye that beautiful lift. Just perfect for her wedding day photos. And the other side, right above her crease. And again, that nice, beautiful lift on the end. Blend, blend, blend. That's the trick to beautiful bridal makeup, is you always want to blend really well. I love working with the Crown crease brushes. This is the A118. I'm dipping into that beautiful rosy sparkly color with my circular crease brush. This brush is very dense. It controls a lot of product, so it's really not that great for blending, but it's great for specific eye design. This brush lets me have a lot of creative control. Because it's dense and a stiffer brush, I can really control the product and press the eyeshadow on the eyelid. So I'm going right into the crease. I love this brush because it really does fall right into the crease area. Gives you a lot of control, and you can add so much depth to the eye with a small brush like this. I think it's so important in makeup artistry to experiment with color, layer, and blend really well. It just comes out so beautiful and so special for your client. Your bridal clients want a unique design, so the more that you layer color and blend, it just looks so pretty and so different. I'm using the same brush, so this is a really great technique that I'm showing you, using two different brushes but getting a fabulous result. I'm dipping into that darker brown color with a little bit of sparkle in it. So I'm actually layering color right on the brush. And because I'm working from a paper towel, it really allows me to blend and have control of the color. Same on the other side. That's what we're achieving, balance and symmetry. That's the key to fabulous bridal makeup. And last but not least, I'm going to work with the darker shadow. So I've got that A118. It picks up a lot of product. It also deposits a lot. That's why I like to work from a paper towel, because I could blend it off. And I'm just going to put a little bit right on the outside and right along the lashes. Same on this side, just working a little bit right on the edge, a little bit right on the lash line. I love this brush because it has a fine point, so I can really work in very specific areas. And if I want to draw color right on the lash line, I can. Then last but not least, I'm going to blend these colors together. I'm using the A115 fluff brush, and this is a really great brush. It's completely clean right now. It's a great brush to blend color with, and I'm just very lightly softening what I just applied. And you can see side to side, the side that softens compared to the side that I didn't blend looks drastically different. So very lightly, you want to use a very light hand, not a lot of pressure. The way you hold your brush, the amount of pressure you use has a lot to do with it. Really dictates the way your makeover is going to look in the end. Once the eyeshadow is done, I like to use my wipe to clean up any excess, anything that dropped on the face, to give the eyeshadow a really sharp and clean look before applying the eyeliners and of course before applying the foundation. So I'm really careful about taking any of the makeup off that fell. It may not look like makeup fell to you, but you'd be surprised how much comes off on the wipe after you swipe underneath. This gives your makeup such a clean and sharp look. This is a technique that I've been doing for years where I apply the eyeshadow first, clean that up, and then I apply the rest of the makeup. To me, it just doesn't make sense to apply foundation on the face and then shadow, and then all of that will sprinkle down and just make a mess, and then you have to go back and clean it up, reapply. This will save you so much time, makeup artists. Do the brows first, do the shadow, clean it up, and then do the rest of the work. I'm using the dark chocolate eyeliner, and I'm going to do Valerie's under eye area first. So she'll look up at the ceiling. I love this dark chocolate. It's just a little lighter than a black. I think it's so appropriate and perfect for a wedding makeup. Some people do like to use black on a wedding day. It's really a preference of what colors that you choose. I think on Valerie, I feel that the dark chocolate will just be so perfect for this look today. Other side. And what I do on one eye, I want to mimic on the other. Now I'm going to use my very fine eyeliner brush. This is the A121, and I'm dipping into that darker shadow. I'm going to use this color to smoke out the liner that I've already done. So Valerie will look up at the ceiling, and with precision, I'm going to go over right at the end, kind of smooth out, smoke out little ends of the liner. Other side, I dip into my dark shadow, and now I'm going to do the other side. Just a little bit right on the end. I think that's so pretty. Just really smooths it and smokes it out. Now I'm going to do the top line using the ultra skinny eye marker. You can shake this up a little bit. It's also good to store it upside down so the makeup does pour into the tip. This way it's ready to go when you need to use it. So Valerie's eyes are closed, and I'm taking that marker, giving her a little bit of a wing, just a tad, and then going across her eyelid. Staying very skinny, staying very tight to the lash line. I want this to look pretty and natural and just really beautiful. Now we're going to work on the other side. I love these rosy brown colors that I use today. They're just really beautiful. They blend so well, and they're going to photograph so great. So again, I'm drawing a very skinny line, staying super close to the lash line, and giving her a little bit of lift right on the end. That looks beautiful. Really, really nice. So we're going to let this liner air dry for about a minute, and then she'll be able to completely open her eyes. Okay, now we're going to work on the rest of the face. So I'm taking more of this HD primer, and we're also going to use some of the eye primer as well, which goes underneath the eyes. So going to take a little bit of the eye primer, which we love. Amazing. And with that foundation brush, we'll apply those products. So now I'm applying the HD primer really lightly all over the face. So this gets the face ready for the foundation. We're going to use quite a bit of foundation today because, again, these are bridal photos. I really want her makeup to last and look amazing all day. I'm going to dip into the eye primer. That's just going to help everything stick and stay and just be amazing. Next, I'm going to take some Crown foundation, and I pump this out onto the palette. Okay, so I'm using my foundation brush, same brush that I use the primers with, and we are tapping and applying all over. Now you really want to work with some speed. And blend, blend, blend. And we'll use a little bit of concealer also. You can add the concealer after the foundation. That's another technique. That's what we'll do today. So you really want your foundation for your brides to match perfectly. You don't want a line of demarcation around the chin. You want to match the color as close as possible and make it super perfect. I'll even put a little foundation over her lip area because that will help the lip liner and lipstick stay as well. This is a really beautiful color. It's layering on so nicely. Okay, now I'm going to work with some concealers. I'm going to take a little bit of this redder base, pink base concealer, and we'll use this under the eye area. So I'm using my foundation brush, and I'm just going to go back and tap in a little bit of the concealer. It just really brightens up Valerie's eyes. And then I'm going to use a little bit of this yellow base concealer and just go back. And again, I'm working with my foundation brush because I want to work quick. And this will be used to spot treat any specific areas that I want a little extra coverage. You can see how this just blends so perfectly. I just love blending and mixing those colors into the skin, just really perfecting her skin color. Her skin looks so amazing. Everything is just blending so, so well. It's really giving amazing coverage and just so perfect for wedding day photos. Now I'm going to use a little bit of the banana powder. So I sprinkle a little bit of the banana powder onto the paper towel, and a little bit goes a long way. I'm also going to use some cream blush just to give Valerie a little bit of a softer blush look. So I'll scrape off some of this light pink blushy color. And I'll put this on the palette. And I'll use my round foundation brush. I'm just going to warm this up a little bit. You may even want to swipe this onto the paper towel to get off the excess. But I'm going to just give Valerie a little bit of a light blushy cheek color. And a little bit goes a long way. It's just so pretty. It's just this beautiful pinky highlight. I love this for weddings. Next, I'm going to use my A112. This is my angled blush brush, and I'm dipping right into my banana powder. I love this banana powder. It's such a great highlighter, and it's really great for highlight and contouring. I love this technique. Not only does it set the makeup, but it also just highlights that area as well. And this is why you want to wear a cape, guys, because makeup will fall. A little bit in her frontal bone, center of her frontal bone, down, tip of her nose, under her chin. I'm going to use a little bit of a darker colored pressed powder to give Valerie some contouring. So I'll scrape off a darker color from the pressed powder palette. This will also give her skin a really nice glow, a little bit of a tan. It really has a lot of great purpose. And I'll work with that same brush, that angle blush brush. I just love that brush. I just love it. And I go right into that darker color, right onto the paper towel. I'm actually mixing it a little bit, swirling it, really moving the product into the brush, because now I can easily move this product into her skin. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the contour right in the hollow of her cheek area. Going to contour a little bit on her frontal bone and also her jawline as well. I think this is just so pretty for brides when they have a touch of contour, not too much, a little bit goes a long way for sure. You could also do down the side of the nasal bone as well. Just really, really pretty. Next, I'm going to scrape off some dry blush product. I'm working from the highlighter and blush palette. And I'll scrape off some of this blush color, this light pink. And a little bit goes a long way. You really don't have to scrape off a lot of color, makeup artists, to have a lot of color. A little bit really goes a long way. And I'm using that same brush, that angled blush, and just really working the color into the brush. I just like a little bit right where my model smiles. It's just so, so pretty. And then we'll take our larger fluff brush and just kind of blend away all that loose product, really set it into the skin as well. That banana powder just gives such a perfect amount of highlight. It's just so, so pretty. Next, we'll add a little bit of highlight from that blush palette. I'm going to use a little bit of that rose gold. I love it so much. It's so beautiful. I think it will really pull this whole look together, especially since we used a color very similar to this in her eyeshadow design. And again, a little bit goes a long way. You do not have to scrape a lot of products, especially highlight. A little bit will go a long way. And I'm going to use that angled blush brush and again swirl. Just a little bit right above the blush, a little bit of shimmer. It's just so, so pretty. A little bit right on the zygomatic. Just gives a little hint of pink and a little bit of highlight. Next, I'm going to use a little bit of setting powder. This is your transparent powder. It is colorless. You can use it on all skin types and all skin colors. A little bit goes a long way. Even that may be a little too much. I'm using my large fluff brush and I'm just dipping into this. And this is really going to set all of that makeup. It's just going to look so beautiful and be perfect all day long. And I'm just lightly pressing. And you can see that this does not leave a trace of color. The purpose is to set the makeup. Valerie's just looking so beautiful. She's so gorgeous to begin with, and this makeup just really enhances her natural beauty. All right, let's move into the lip area. I'm going to work with that gorgeous cappuccino color. It's a nice nude brown. Valerie's going to tighten her lips across her teeth, which make it really easy as a makeup artist to work with her beautiful lips. You can press so nicely when the person tightens their lip across their teeth. And I'm going to color in her lip with the lip liner. This is a great makeup artistry technique. It allows your lip color to last, really sticks. The liner is kind of like a stain, so your color will last for a long time. And that's what we want. We want lasting lip color, kissable lip color on someone's wedding day. So I'm going to scrape off some lip color and I'll be applying it with my A120 synthetic brush. I'm going to take some of this pinky blushy color and I'll put it right on my palette. I'm also going to take some lip gloss, some of this rosy, sparkly color, and I'll put that right next to it. So with my synthetic lip brush or concealer brush, I'm dipping into the lipstick and the lip gloss, I'm mixing it together, creating friction, so I create a really pretty, beautiful, glossy lip color. And Valerie's tightening her lip against her teeth, which gives me a really beautiful lip shape to work with. It's also allowing me to draw with precision and really giving her a perfect lip application. I like to start in the center of the lips and move side to side. Where you first deposit is where the most product is deposited. So if you start in the center and move side to side, you get a really nice, beautiful, even displacement of color. Now I'm going to set the makeup before I apply the mascara with my all day setting spray. When you use setting spray, you want to make sure that you test the spray first to make sure that it's spraying evenly before you start applying it on the person's face. So you ask the client to keep their eyes closed, and I like to start by holding a tissue in front of the face, giving a light spray, and moving side to side. And then you can fan. The face will appear wet. The client will say it does feel wet, and that's natural, but it will dry in a few moments. And last but not least, we're going to curl the lashes and apply mascara. So I ask my client to look straight ahead, and you place the curler on the lid, and you want to just very gently press and hold for 10 seconds. And then you do the other eye. And you open, release, and then move away. And now we're going to apply the mascara. I'm using a disposable mascara wand. I push into the mascara and twist, and then remove. Cap your mascara, close it up so it doesn't dry out. And then I gently press my wand onto the tissue so my wand is at a really nice angle and easy to work with. So now Valerie will look up at the ceiling. I start with the bottom lashes first and move downward. You can also zigzag a little, shift side to side, and that allows you to remove any clumpiness and really separate the lashes. And now she'll look straight ahead, and we do the top. Brides look great also with strip lashes and individual lashes. They just give a really nice extra added touch. Beautiful. I think this makeup look came out so beautiful. I think Valerie is just so gorgeous. It's a perfect look for a wedding day, and I hope she enjoys it as much as I enjoyed doing the makeup for her. This concludes today's video on lashes. I hope all the tips, tricks, and advice help your makeup career soar. See you on the next video.